Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we are going to be exploring different opportunities with UnitedHealth Group. They do have 3 positions open right now that I think might be a good fit for a lot of people. And also one of the reasons I picked some of these jobs is that some of them are overnight position. So we're going to dive right in. The first one we are going to be starting off with is this one right here titled Delivery Workforce Manager. This is a fully remote position. You see on here it will say you will enjoy the flexibility to work remotely from anywhere within the United States as you take on some tough challenges. So that tells you already this is a fully remote position. Some responsibilities that they have listed here, a few highlights of it is they talk about you leading a team, right? So you're going to be leading a team because this is a manager position. Also talks about being able to drive the planning of execution of daily plans to meet specific goals that have been put in place for the entire department. So making sure that you plan to meet those goals by uniquely positioning each staff to be able to do certain activities to meet the goal. Talks about being able to strategize, to juggle multiple priorities, conflicting at times, and someone who's also able to drive vendor relationships and then being able to provide ideal solutions to customer questions and also being innovative, etc. So vendor is a piece of this that is important. Managing a team is the second one. Being able to meet specific SLA, so goals that have been set in place, kind of helping to identify risk and coming up with solutions to resolve them. So that's really what it is for the most part. They also talk about skill sets that they want this individual to have, ability to access and build talent into high performing teams. You're going to be coaching, mentoring. That is important here. They also talk about preferred qualifications, experience working in systems administration or reporting, someone who has experience in scheduling, conducting different meetings, managing different capacity, as well as experience with Six Sigma, Agile, or Lean techniques. Those are preferred qualifications. Even if you don't have all of it, I encourage you to still make sure you call some of the ones you have out in your resume. I think the area that you really want to focus on is the required qualifications, where they are talking about experience with workforce management software. They talk about IEX, Aspect, workforce management, IEX, Blue, Pumpkin, etc. Experience in goal creation and building high performing teams, someone who has experience setting expectations and managing different vendors. Those are some of the key requirements they're looking for this position. So with this position, the salary is right here, $88,000 to $173,000 per year, and that is for people that reside in these areas, right? So for folks that reside outside of these areas, the salary bracket can be a little bit lower, but it's not too drastic, but a little bit lower. And that makes sense because of the standard of living in these states. These states tend to be more expensive to live, so they want to make sure they compensate people who work in these areas a little bit higher because their standard of living is a whole lot higher. So application deadline, this will be posted for a minimum of 2 business days or until a sufficient candidate pool has been collected. So they started putting this on their application or their jobs now, because I know that one of the feedback I was getting at the beginning with UnitedHealth Group is that you don't hear anything back, you just apply and that's it. But this sort of helps. Like for example, this job was posted earlier today, so if you are applying right now, you are already in that 1 business day, so which is perfect. By tomorrow you're already at the 2 business day, they can potentially close it. If you are encountering this video at a later time beyond the 2 days, just keep that in mind through the entire process as you look through the UnitedHealth Group website for newer opportunities. Just keep that in mind. It's always minimum of 2 business days or until a sufficient candidate pool has been collected. So I personally just say leave the candidate pool, just focus on the 2 business days from when you saw the job. So it's really important to keep that in mind, because that could determine whether or not you're going to get any type of traction on applying for this job. So that's the first position. The second position I wanted to talk about here is this overnight role, which is a customer service representative. Is an overnight position, and it is a remote position. You do need to be in the state of California for this one. You will be working late hours for this position. So they have 8:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, and 6 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. weekends. So those are the hours that they're open for. So you can decide to find an 8-hour work shift that works for you. Those are the hours the business is open for. So this position is full-time. Employees are required to have flexibility to work any of our 8-hour shift during our normal business hours. So you see it right here. You have the flexibility to work within these hours. You can start at 8:30, you can start a little bit later, and so forth. If you reside outside of the state of California and you can work Pacific time, I still encourage you to go ahead and submit your application, because you just never know. Like, as long as you tell them that you can work those hours, you might be able to get the job. So I encourage you to always explain yourself when the time comes for an interview. All right. They offer 6 weeks of paid training. The hours of training is 6 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Pacific. So I like that, because they are actually keeping to the time. Because sometimes you get certain jobs, they say, oh, is a night job, and then all of a sudden the training is during daytime. That doesn't really work, right? So it's nice that they are replicating that same time for training. So 6 weeks of paid training, and the hours are 6 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Pacific. You're going to be answering phone. Obviously, that makes sense. This is a customer service role, right? You're going to be answering phone calls, helping different customers that call through the line, and then escalating in some cases to your team lead, depending on what the issues are. In some cases, being able to research and handle the questions yourself as well is an option. Requirements: they're looking for high school diploma, GED, or equivalent work experience. You must be 18 years of age or older. They're looking for 6+ months call center type of experience or mental health care experience. Someone who has some experience with Excel, Outlook, etc. And then they have other stuff here: ability to work 8-hour shifts, 40 hours weekly, ability to work Monday through Sunday, early morning, afternoon, night shift, and weekends, and in some cases holidays. They have 1+ years in terms of preference. They also talk about clerical type of experience, healthcare experience, mental health experience, working in a virtual environment, etc. They do come here and talk about ability to keep information secure, do PHI, and so forth. This position is paying between $16 and $28 per hour, $28, $27 per hour. That is the salary range. So definitely something to think about. If you're interested, go ahead and submit your application right away. These tend to go very quickly because of the many flexibility with this one. The last position that I have is this one right here, titled Analytics Business Manager. This is a full-time position, and it's also fully remote. With this position, you are going to be providing strategic support. You're going to be helping to improve processes. You're going to also be making sure that any type of goals that have been put in place, working to meet those goals. You'll be rewarded and recognized for performances in an environment that will change you and give you clear direction on what it takes to succeed in your role. Talks about other required qualifications: 3+ years in healthcare, specifically account management type of role, 3+ years of experience designing and documenting business processes, creating and executing different reports, summaries of data, etc., in the form of presentation mostly. 2+ years working with interdisciplinary teams where you have multiple people reporting to the same org but all doing different things. They want you to have some experience with that, experience with vendor contract management, and experience with financial reporting. So they do also have a preferred qualification section right here, but some of them are pretty easy to attend. They talk about competence in Microsoft Office products. They also talk about healthcare system and provider type of experience, communication skills, writing and presentation skills, etc. With this position, right, the salary is very similar to the first one, which is the delivery workforce manager. The salary is between $88,000 and $172,000, $73,000 per year for, again, these states. Outside of these states might pay a little bit lower. Just keep that in mind. So those are the roles for this video. I hope you find these leads helpful. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already. Till next time, I wish you guys all the very best of luck, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.